Me llamo Kanon. Tengo 19 años. Encantada de conocerlos. Did you understand what I said? I said, my name is Kanon. I'm 19 years old. Nice to meet you. I used gestures, so you probably understand. Did you guess correctly? Gestures are helpful when we are trying to understand other languages. Even so, gestures can sometimes lead to misunderstandings. So today, I'm going to talk about gestures and 3 interesting things about them. What are gestures and their connection to language? How are gestures different by country? And what are the benefits of gestures? Okay, let's dive in. First, what are gestures and their connection to language? How much do you know about gestures? We actually use them all the time. When people talk, they naturally move their hands. Gestures reflect experience and knowledge and are an important part of language. They express who we are and what we mean. Also, gestures make communication richer across time, meaning, and function. We often use them without thinking, and they help us express what we want to say. I've also used my hand to explain during this talk. Do you know how many times I use gestures? Probably not. Actually, I don't know either. That's because we use them without even noticing. See, gestures are interesting, aren't they? In my experience, there was a time when I forget the word spacious, but I got my point across with a hand gesture. I use this gesture. From this, we can see that gestures are closely linked to language. Next, let's look at how gestures can mean different things in different countries. In the 1950s, a gesture led to an incident that made headlines at that time. I'll talk about this in a moment. For now, since the same gesture can have different meanings depending on the country, I'd like to share a few examples with you. The first one is the OK sign. The origin is unclear. It probably originated in the US in 1840. This gesture is related to the incident I mentioned earlier. The incident stems from then President Richard Nixon making this gesture in Latin America. While this gesture generally means OK, in Latin America it means you asshole, which means you are very rude, mean, or unpleasant person. In France, it is interpreted to mean zero or worthless. The next one is thumbs up. Pilots do this all over the world. Astronauts and cosmonauts do it even in space. It has become a nearly universal signal meaning everything's fine, all systems go, or all clear. According to Hollywood, this gesture originates from the Roman emperor who thought that a brave fighter should live. In Australia, making this gesture was considered to mean up yours. Up yours is a very rude gesture or expression, but today it is a positive gesture in Australia. In Nigeria, this gesture is considered rude. In the past, a tourist who was hitchhiking made this gesture, which was taken as an insult by a local and resulted in the tourist being attacked. The last one is the peace sign. Since World War II and the following peace movement of the 1960s, holding up 2 fingers has become a symbol of victory or peace for millions of people. However, in England, where the gesture is believed to have started, Even a simple twist of the wrist can be seen as rude or insulting. There, when the palm and fingers face inward, it means up yours. I've never caused misunderstanding with my gestures, but I often use the thumbs up sign, so I realized I need to be careful depending on the country. If you find you need to be careful like I do, or want to avoid such misunderstandings, it is a good idea to research common gestures before traveling to other countries. Now, let's talk about the benefits of gestures. Some people might think that if it leads to misunderstandings, there's no need to know these gestures. But actually, they are very useful. So, I'd like to explain the benefits of using them. Gestures express unspoken thoughts and can even influence our thinking and learning. They provide building blocks for language. They also help us understand how we speak and think. In addition, gestures reflect people's emotions. For example, when someone touches their hair, it often means they are nervous or anxious. Do you ever do this? I often get nervous when I share my opinions or giving presentations in front of people. When that happens, I touch my hair. So, what can we take away from all of this? Gestures have many curious things. For example, gestures are connected to language. They have different meanings depending on the country, and they have the advantage of conversation. Gestures are important for us because gestures can help us understand conversation. On the other hand, gestures can cause misunderstandings. That's why it is important to understand them. I hope that watching my video will make you interested in gestures even just a little bit. Thank you for watching my video.